Hi, my name is Reza Amini from the Affective Social Computing Lab at Florida International University. In this video, I would like to introduce one of our popular products called HapFACS and give you a short demo of its functionalities. Okay, so let me start with the introduction of the HapFACS. HapFACS is an open source software an API for generating fax-based facial expressions on 3D virtual characters that have accompanying lip-synchronized animation abilities. By fax-based, I mean based on facial action coding system presented by ECMAN. Our HapFACS provides control over 49 fax action units at all levels of intensity. It enables the animation of faces with a single action unit or a combination of them activated unilaterally or bilaterally. Also, HapFACS can be applied to any supported character from the haptic company. We can use HapFACS to generate repositories of realistic fax-validated facial expressions, either as static images or as videos. Also, with the accessible HapFACS API, users can animate speaking virtual characters with real-time realistic facial expressions and embed these characters in their own applications. Okay, I guess now we can move on to the demo of the HapFACS. Okay, in order to download the HapFACS, you can go to the link shown on your screen. And once you download the HapFACS, you will receive a zip file including the files and folders shown on your screen. We suggest you to follow the installation process indicated inside the README file so you can get the best out of the HapFACS. You have two options to open the HapFACS. One is to use the Visual Studio to open the code and then run the code through the Visual Studio. And the other is to go to the HapFACS folder, bin, debug, and run the hapfacs.exe file from here. Once you run the hapfacs.exe file, you will see this user interface from the HapFACS. This interface has multiple tabs and buttons, which I will introduce shortly. This is the haptic character that we have embedded in our software, and every change that you make in the facial expressions of this character will be shown on this screen here. You have the option to change the character from the characters that we have available here, or if you create a character in the People Putty software from the haptic company, you can import that to this list too. And you can also add a hairstyle or change the hairstyle of the character from the list we have here, or again, if you design a hairstyle, you can import it here and later use it. Okay, let me change the character so we can see how it looks like. Here is an African American male character. The tabs we have here include the upper face action units, lower face action units, head and eye position action units, MFAX emotions, including a combination of these action units which can express different emotional facial expressions, and video generation. I will start with the upper face action units. Every action unit that you see in this list, if I hover my mouse on that action unit, I will see the name of that action unit. For example, the action unit 1 is inner brow raiser, action unit 2 is outer brow raiser. So for example, let's select action unit 1, the inner brow raiser, which works in this area, and change the intensity continuously from 0 to 100% and back from 100% to 0%. You also have the option to change the intensity discretely here from 0 to A, B, up to E. And you see the changes here on inner brow position. Okay, let's deselect action unit 1, which causes the activation of action unit 1 here, and select action unit 2, outer brow raiser. For some of the action units, including the action unit 2, you have the option to change the intensity bilaterally or unilaterally. Bilaterally means the same as, for example, action unit 1 that we saw. When I change the intensity, the outer brows will go up together. But if I select the unilateral, then the software gives me the possibility to change the intensity of outer brow raiser for left and right eyebrows separately. Okay, so for example, I can select to have the right intensity as 73% and left intensity as 25%. Okay, I can also have a combination of the action units. For example, let's select upper lid raiser action unit 5 and put the intensity at 71%, 72%. You see that the upper lids here go a little bit up. So you can combine different action units here and generate different facial expressions. So let's go to the lower face action units and combine some more action units from the lower face, which includes the muscles around the mouth. Let's select action unit 26. What is that? It's jaw drop. So if I change the intensity, the character's mouth will open. So here we can see a face which is more like a surprised face. You can also add more action units. Let's say, for example, let's reduce this intensity and then add some action unit 20, lip stretcher, which looks like a feared person. Okay, so I can select different action units, some of them unilaterally, including 13, 14, 15, or bilaterally. I can also add some eye movements and head movements. For example, let's select eye turns right. Let's assume this character is feared of something which is happening on its right side. Okay, so I can select different action units from the eyes or heads. For example, let's select head turn right here and move the head a little bit to the right. Okay, so at this point, let's say I would like to save this facial expression as an image. So I just click on the Save Photo button, select an image format, let's say PNG, give it a file name, and click Save. Okay, so this screen here, including the face, will be saved for me, and I can open it here. Okay. So, in order to generate new facial expressions, you can always select the reset buttons provided in each of these tabs to reset the action units of that specific tab. For example, reset the upper face action units, lower face action units, or the head and eye action units. Or you can use this button here and reset all the action units. So you can see a neutral face. So let me change the character so we can see other characters that we have here. For example, Veronica. Oops, the character is bold. But we still have another option, which is selecting the character hair. Let me select one hairstyle. Okay, much better. But let's select another one here. Okay, so now let's go to the HapFACS Emotions tab and try to see what these emotions do for us. For example, again, when you hover on each emotion, it shows you the action units involved in generating this specific emotion. For example, here for fear, you can see action unit 1, 2, 4, 5, 20, and 26 are involved. For example, sadness, I can select and change the intensity. Or surprise. Or you can select the character to be angry or happy. Okay, so the next tab is the video generation tab. For that, let me again select another character to see different characters we have here. Let's select one from the top, Brittany, and another hairstyle that we have. Let's select this one. Okay, here I can add the action units that I want to be in my animation. Click on Add Action Unit button, select the action unit you want to animate, let's say action unit 1. Starting intensity, I say start from intensity 0, go to intensity E, from time 0 second to time, let's say 3 seconds. So it takes 3 seconds to move from intensity 0 to intensity E, the maximum intensity. Let's add another action unit. For example, action unit 2. As I said before, I have the option to select the bilateral or unilateral changing of the intensity. Let's say action unit 2, left side, start from intensity 0 to intensity E from time 1 second to 2.4. So it takes 1.4 seconds to change the intensity. Let's add some more. Action unit 5 from intensity 0 to intensity D from time, let's say 0.5. So as you see here, 0.5 is less than 1, but it doesn't matter because the software will order all these in the order of time. You don't need to put them in order here as long as the timing is correct. So up to, let's say, second, and then let's say at this point our character wants to say something. At point 2.3 the character wants to start and say, I see a bird is coming to our room. Again, add some action unit. Let's add some I action units. This time left, let's say 0 to E, and say 2.3, let's say 1, 2, 3, look to the left, and then after that look up. Let's change this to bilateral, both to bilateral, change from 0 to E, 3 to 3.4. Okay, let's see what happens. Or if I add one action unit and I find out that this is not the one that I wanted, I can just click on this button and remove that action unit. Okay, when I come up with the list of the action units that I want and the correct timing, I just click on the generate video. Here it asks me to give it a file name as the HAP file. This HAP file is a haptic file that will save all of these animations that we created, so later we can import this file to any other haptic character and generate exactly the same animation that we generated on the face of this character. So it gives us the ability of regeneration of the same animations. So let's say test2.hap, save. Then it asks for the video file name. We can select among different video formats. Let's select WMV and say test2, save. So it starts.
I see a bird is coming to our room.
Okay, so the character shows the expression, and at the same time we save that video. And let me show you that video. So here's the HAP file that we generated, and here is the video file that we generated.
I see a bird is coming to our room.
As you can see, the speech is very well lip synchronized, which is one of the advantages of the HapFACS. So if you want to generate a new facial expression or a video, we just need to remove all of these action units from here and reset the action units from here, and maybe select another character with another hair and generate some other facial expressions as we talked about before. And save it. So at this point, I guess I have covered all the main functionalities of the HapFACS. And once again, this is our contact information, and we will be more than happy to help you if you have any questions. Thank you for watching this demo video, and have a good day.